Hello guys, it's Armoric here, and in today's video I want to speak about the patch notes that dropped yesterday. I know I'm a little bit late with that video, but of course Blizzard decided to drop the patch notes and updates right before I went to bed, so it was bad timing essentially, and I didn't want it to stay up to make a video, and today I decided to play a little bit to feel the changes and then speak about it. Let's see what they did actually. There are a lot of bug fixes here for the dungeons, events, and so on. Gameplay fixes. Actually, they need more things to fix. For example, there is a specific event in dungeons that it's called Demon's Vessel or something like that, where you have 6 prisoners in circle tight for big wooden bars or something, and essentially you need to untie them in time. Every time one of them is can't be untied, the wooden bar disappears, but prisoner is staying tight, and it's bugging the quest. But anyways, they're doing their best, so big up for that. Great, great by Blizzard doing such a big document change. Look at that. These are only bug some fixes in quests, co-op, gameplay, which is great. You can read it by yourself if you will, but the document is pretty large. UI changes, it's cool. Some changes for console as well. It's nice. They also did some changes for the classes. Basically, they buffed most of the basic skills. They buffed a little bit of non-usable skills for now. I mean, they're trying to balance things, I guess. If you read this note here, we're continuing our efforts to make all classes build feel fun and powerful with another round of balance updates. In particular, we have seen community feedback stating that basic skills aren't impactful enough in combat, so on and so on. Also, what else they said? Yeah, they're not changing the relationship between basic and core skills. They're trying other ways to strengthen them. Basically, that's all. Minions, yeah, they also said that they're looking into the minion stuff. Basically, for the necromancer, the druid also has minions, but they buffed the druid minions before launch. I remember, I think it was before launch. But anyways, they're trying their best, so this is good. It's not that impactful though. We're gonna speak about the impactful things very soon. So they're buffing Helltides. They're buffing bosses and the loot that they're dropping. So probably the bosses will have a slightly bigger chance to drop us the super uniques. I don't know. We'll see. This is an amazing change. Now we can teleport to Nightmare Dungeons, which means the travel time, or as I said in my first video, the time travel to the Nightmare Dungeon it's already gone. I mean, you can with 2 clicks and 2 loading screens, unfortunately, you go to the next dungeon. It's pretty fast. It's amazing. So this is one thing that it can disappear from my tier list, from my ranking of the dungeons, and actually it changed a little bit. Also, I'll tell you why. And yeah, they fixed the bug where you had level requirement for the boss cache from the world boss cache, and now they can be open at any time. Firstly, there was a bug which was you kill a world boss at 70, the boss is 90, and the cache was also 90. They tuned it down to 80, and now there is no level requirement, which is good news. And this note here, they're trying to increase the monster density, and they're gonna introduce this change earlier in season 1, so it's not for sure, but it may happen in season 1, probably season 2. I want to see this because the density is decent. So now, for now, I like it actually. If it's going to be better, we shall see. And this is the biggest change here, and typically these two: significant increased in experience awarded from completing nightmare dungeons, and significantly increased experience granted from killing monsters in nightmare dungeons. This is amazing, guys. I'm testing this the whole day, and I'll show you. It's a shitty test, but it shows something, like slightly, but it shows. Before we do that, also Helltides got a little bit of XP boost when you open chests. I didn't even knew that when you open Helltide chests, you acquire experience. But anyways, that's interesting. But they buffed the Tree of Whisper stuff, and there was some issue with some event here in while completing objectives in dungeons, whatever. We are focusing on these two things here. This is the best thing ever, because this is gonna improve the leveling process, the road to 100 tremendously. And for example, today I started my stream at level 95, and approximately for 6 hours I leveled up to 98. Basically 3 levels, because I was somewhere in the middle of 95 and I'm a little bit above the middle of 98. So if I played a little bit faster, because I'm still looking for loot, unfortunately I have a few pieces here and there which can be improved. I also don't have lined up dungeon keys, which I'm gonna speak about soon. Or yeah, so this change is significant anyways. So let's see what have I written here. This is from today. We don't these tests I did before the buff, and basically you can see I did the random nightmare dungeons. I took Shifter Ruins, for example, which is not that bad. I don't know. I haven't tested the exact numbers of the experience, but it feels good because there are a lot of monsters, and also you complete it fairly fast. There are not many objectives, just the map's enormous. But anyways, you can see I did 7 runs here. After that I did 2 Champions Demise runs. This is in 1 hour Nightmare Dungeons. This is before the patch notes that we're speaking about right now, and I got Paragon point and a half. This is almost a half level. Slightly. And from normal dungeons I did this Odor's Cave in 1 hour. I did 11 runs and approximately a half level, which is interesting. And this is from a Helltide. It's around 1 Paragon point. So the Helltides are very lower XP than the dungeons themselves. And now you can see the difference. So I recorded some numbers here. This is from the first dungeon. In for about 50 minutes I got 10 million experience, which was essentially around a half level for me. This is at 95 to 96, 90 in the middle. I was 9 million and 400,000 experience, for example, and I needed around 10 million to go to the next level, and I did it in 50 minutes, which is fine. And after that I started level 96. This is the times here, what time I started, and after 2 hours I was 97, which is ridiculous. You can see this is the amount of XP that I started on the level 96. This was the required for the next level. This is the one. This is the requirement for a half level. So I did a half level in 45 minutes. And yeah, there is a very significant thing here. You need to know which dungeons to do, and I was doing them randomly. That is why my leveling process was slowed. But even if you're playing random dungeons, you will feel the difference of the experience boost. It's very good. These 3 levels that I leveled up today are essentially double the experience that I was getting before that. Because before that, yesterday, for example, yesterday's stream was very short, but the last stream that I did pretty decent amount of hours, I got probably a level and a half, which is ridiculous. Basically double the XP, somewhere around. Even people are saying that it's higher, just because I'm getting higher levels, and as you know, in ARPGs, higher level means you need more XP to go to the next level, and this is the ladder you're going up. Yeah, so basically that's all about the experience boost. It's amazing, and I'm very happy about it. About my tier list here, still Malwood is pretty good. I was doing Malwood runs, and actually I like Zenith now. And the reason I like Zenith is because I'm doing it pretty fast. The mob type is very easy for me to kill, and I'm rushing through the dungeon. The layout is pretty simple. The first floor, the first objective is very fast, because you don't have many ways to go wrong here. You have one chance. If a event spawns, for example, in the dungeon in the first level, you can go to the event. If you go to the correct direction, you will kill the 2 monsters which you need to kill before entering level 2, which is very good. And in level 3 there is a big circle map like that. It's tunnels, and in the middle there is the boss area, where you need to drop 3 bloodstones so you can unlock the boss fight. And the bloodstones you get from the 3 corners of the big circle. It's pretty fast. It's pretty fast run. At least for me, I like to do it, and I'm doing it on a Necro. If you have faster character, you'll be crushing it. So these two, I played a lot of Core Dragon ones, and I felt that it's a little bit slower on XP. The Cultist Refuge as well. So I'm not very into. Don't think these are good anymore, but the Malol one is very, very nice for XP still. Here, Alderwood is not bad, but it's very dangerous. And these 3 elites you need to kill to go to the boss. They are always oppressors, big trees, and these big trees are one-shotting you if you're playing like more than 5 levels above the monsters. So yeah. I saw that this one is good, but I didn't do it today. I think I'll do it tomorrow. This one is very nice as well, the Sunken Ruins. It's still very good. I was doing it pretty fast, but yeah, the second objective especially, you can get a little bit lost on the map, but the monsters are very nice, so yeah, they're very good monsters. So it's a good dungeon to run. In the dry steppes, I like the Champion's Demise still, but there are better dungeons. I run a few keys of Dark Ravine. I don't like it, honestly. It's not that great. People are saying that this one is nice. It has a very high XP value. Unfortunately, I don't enjoy the mob type here, because these flies are not dropping corpses, and Necromancer without corpses is a little bit of shit. So, but I'll do it tomorrow, of course. Yeah, it's pretty fast run, and it's Spider Cave, which is a good map. Like the Blinded Burrows, which is the best. I mean, and we have again, no, the mob type is different, but the map is the same. This one, I believe, is worse than the Gulam Canal, so I need to change that. Onyx is not that great. I did Onyx runs, not that great, honestly. About the Ancient Lament, when I see what I've written here, yeah, it probably can be high XP, even higher than the Dark Refine, but don't know. You can stay. You can look for keys from Champion's Demise and Golem Canals. These are the best here. Of course, in Havazar, Blinded Burrows, nothing can beat this one. It's the best, probably the best dungeon, the best nightmare dungeon. And yeah, my favorite is Malud, but the Blinded Burrows are better. Also, if you like playing snakes, you can go for this one, I guess. I don't like it, but the XP value, if I remember correctly, is good. I haven't done any calculations, but I can do some calculations my next longer stream, or the next few days I can do a few runs. I need to collect keys because I rearranged my stash. I had keys for lower level and I needed to get rid of them, so I was left with few keys higher level that I couldn't maneuver around which dungeon do I do now, so I didn't have a choice, and that is why I did them randomly today. But you need to collect and have a few, maybe more, actually 5, 6 higher number of keys for the best dungeons and rerun them again and again. I felt that once you're playing one dungeon over and over and over again, it's starting to get familiar. You know the objectives, you know the map, because there aren't many layouts that can spawn, and you're doing it faster and more efficient. So this is something else you keep in mind. That's gonna help you level up your glyphs and get more XP. About the other ones, I don't know what to say. Probably they're not that great. And we continue with Kyrgyzstan. Here, honestly, I don't know which ones you should do. I tried doing this one, and every time I did that, I got very... it was very slow because of this objective, so not a great idea. This one is still atrocious. These two are not great as well. I tried them. Even these two, I didn't felt that they're great. So you may skip Kyrgyzstan as a nightmare dungeon location and look for Blinded Burrows, look for Golam Canals or Champion's Demise, look for Reed Wind Wilds and Sunken Ruins, and here for Malud, of course, and Zenith probably, it's not a bad one. Yeah, so basically that's all. A few tips that I wanted to say about the Nightmare Dungeons. First, pick up a Nightmare Dungeon that is more suitable to your character, because there are affixes, and for example, if I see an affix that says burn 16% of your primary resources, there is a chance that a distant attack can burn your primary resources. I'm automatically skipping this one as a Necro, which doesn't use a generator. I'm using Bone Prism instead. No Bone Splinters. Other thing that it's very annoying for me is when there is a situational damage loss. For example, one of the affixes says monsters take 60% less critical damage. Well, fuck, bad words. For God's sake, my necromancer is doing only critical damage, which is a 60% nerf for me. Also, they're taking less damage from distant, they're taking less damage from close. There is less damage from fire, less damage from cold, and so on and so on. There are different affixes, but pay attention to these things because they may result in your gameplay and your efficiency. Also, keep in mind and try to remember that you need to take an elixir before you start your blast, and refresh it every 30 minutes. And the main reason is the elixir is giving you 5% bonus experience, which is gonna help you level up faster. And what else? I don't believe there's something else to be said here. You can drop by the stream. I'm streaming almost every day. I'm trying my best. So it's a very high chance you'll find me on Twitch. I will leave a link below. Also, I will appreciate a like of the video if you enjoy what I'm doing, and a follow for the channel because it's gonna help tremendously. I have a TikTok channel and a Twitter account if you're willing to follow me there. Thank you very much. See you on stream or in the next YouTube video. Bye.